back to my channel. I am so happy you're here. Today we're doing a little reset. So I spent the weekend in Dallas on a little weekend getaway. I went to a wedding and it was actually my first time in Dallas outside of going there for like sports. So it was the first time I was actually able to just like explore the city and try new foods and just like do some activities. I went to the museum. So it was a lot of fun, but after being away for the weekend, I was like, I need to get home and do my little reset. So I'm not going to be taking you through everything that I do during my reset, but just a few things. And I also just wanted to chat about how you can reset without it being an extreme detox from everything. In my last video, we talked a lot about doom scrolling and how to get out of that. And today we're just going to talk about how we can reset and how we can do that without it being so extreme. Just little things that can help us feel like we're back on track or resetted without doing anything too crazy. I started my morning by doing my little 5-minute journals. You guys know that I love the 5-minute journal. So this one is literally the 5-minute journal. And then this one is the best year journal. So for the 5-minute journal, this one is really quick. It has really quick prompts. And I think this is the best one for gratitude, like quick gratitude. So you can fill it out during the day and then you can come back at night and fill in the rest. So just as an example, it asks, I am grateful for. And one of the things I'm grateful for today is the creative bug that I'm having right now on YouTube. It's been a long time since I've posted a video before my last one. And I'm just really thankful to be back in my creative space. I feel more like myself and it's something that I woke up grateful for. And then the best year yet, or the best year journal, this one is more focused on reflection. So I noticed that it starts off with just really reflecting on how the previous year went. So it's 2026 right now, but it also starts off with like how I feel about 2025. And I love reflection. I love the start of a new year, new month, new week. And I think that's best when you're able to look back and reflect on the past. So I just really like that it starts off with some reflection. So the two of these together, like when I pair them together, I feel like I get a sense of gratitude and a sense of reflection. So I love them. This video is not sponsored, but I do have a link with them if you would like to pick any of these up. I'll put it in the description box below. So let's sit down, let's grab our coffee, even though mine is pretty much gone at this point, and let's chat about some ways that we can detox without it being extreme. You guys know that I do believe there needs to be a balance with all the things that we do in life, and one of the things that I recommend as a way to reset without being extreme is doing a low stimulation morning. So I would say like a 1 hour no stimulation morning routine. I like to start my mornings right away by getting up and opening the blinds. Like I love waking up to natural lighting and no harsh alarms and just like natural light. So I'll open up the blinds or I'll lift up the blinds and just let the light in. If it's a nice day, I'll open up the windows as well, but just waking up slowly and opening the blinds, I think it's a great way to wake up, and I personally love it. It just feels very calming to me to be able to do that. So just getting up and doing that. So I try not to scroll in the morning. Like I'm gonna try and get up and open up my blinds. I also will make my bed as well when I first get up. I find that when I do that, I have a win first thing in the morning. Like the first thing that I've done is already a positive thing. I've made my bed and it just looks aesthetically pleasing, which definitely helps. So if you do need to get a new bed set or making your bed a little bit more enjoyable, maybe you have some cute decor pillows or a nice throw blanket that you like to put on there to help you make your bed in the morning. But that's another thing that I like to do when I wake up in the morning. And then I will make myself a little fun drink. Today I made an iced coffee, but not all the time is it iced. Like some mornings I will make a hot tea, which honestly I've been a chai-aholic the last few days. Like I've been drinking nothing but tea, and I love it. Like it's just warm and cozy, and it doesn't make me feel like my energy is spiking and dropping the way that coffee does first thing in the morning, like especially on an empty stomach. So I've been switching to tea or chai and I love that. So I'll just go back and forth between making myself a fun drink. Right now I really like the Yogi one that is cinnamon vanilla, I believe. So just like little things like that to have yourself a little 1 hour low stimulation morning, natural light, slow, calm. Another thing that I really like is YouTube playlists with jazz music. I love these. Like shout out to the people who make these on YouTube, but there are so many playlists on YouTube that have like jazz music or classical music with like a nice screensaver. I love those. Every single morning I'm putting one of those on, and I put the volume to like 8. So it's not very loud. It's just very, very low. And it just makes me feel like I'm romanticizing my mornings, to be honest. So I highly recommend a 1 hour non-stimulating morning. Another thing that I feel like is really helpful in having a nice reset without it being extreme is picking one task to do singly or like by itself, like not multitasking one task. So whether that is brushing your teeth in silence or stretching in silence or going for a walk with no music, like doing something where it has your full undivided attention is a nice way to slow down in the morning. So not pairing things up. I love pairing things up, like playing music while I write in my journal or playing a podcast while I make my breakfast. Like I love pairing things together. But when I need to reset my mind, I feel like just doing a task by itself without multitasking just forces me to be very present in the task that I'm doing, and just a great way to reset without being extreme. So it's not that you have to do everything like that, but just picking one small thing that you can do without external stimulation. This one is more so at night when the natural light of the day has kind of dimmed a little bit, so early evenings to late evenings. I love dimming the lights and just creating a vibe or like a mood in my apartment. So I have colored light bulbs that I usually only use the orange or the red at night, and I'll lower the brightness so that it's just a mood in here. There's no harsh big lights. If I'm not cooking in the evenings, like there's no reason for the big lights to be on, you guys. Like I will always have just like the mood lighting, and I feel like that just really calms me down. So this is more of an evening recommendation once the natural light of the day has gone down, but just creating a mood and a vibe is so helpful and just so much less overstimulating than you would imagine. This is also when you can pair it with some of those analog activities we talked about in our last video. So whether you are reading, whether you are writing or painting or doing a puzzle, you know, all of those beautiful things that we talked about, this would be a great time to insert those in and really just like reset your mind and your space with something calming and relaxing. I find that these are the things that have been really helpful for me, and of course it's not perfect. There are some days where I feel like I need it, there are some days where I feel like I don't, but overall when I do know that I need a little reset mentally and physically, I'll try and clean my space so that it's just like less clutter, which clears my brain, but then also I'll reduce the clutter in my mind by having a low stimulating morning or evening, and I find this to be really helpful. I don't know, I feel like I'm just yapping at this point, but hopefully you get the gist. Hopefully you get the idea. I just love the idea of resetting my brain and my space without anything being extreme. Like, don't get me wrong, I love a full Sunday reset. Like, I love going all in. This is more so when you just need like the small little adjustments or adaptations to the way that you're doing things in the morning or in the late evenings. And yeah, I just find like it's really helpful. So hopefully this resonated with you and you can take away some of these things. I am going to finish my morning coffee, go for a little walk, and then I'm going to start my work day. But because I've had this nice little morning of low stimulation, I feel ready to tackle the day, and my mind doesn't feel cluttered. I don't feel anxious. I just feel a little more ready to go. So I challenge you to figure out what ways that you could reset without being extreme or without detoxing in an extreme way, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.